Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of the Kayfabe Podcast. And if you are watching this, happy Independence Eve. That's a thing. I don't know if that's a real thing. I just made that up. But if you are here, some country is celebrating their independence. You know. But for us Kayfabers, it is simply just another great day of talking wrestling with the greatest trio on the internet right now. Of course, myself, the councilman, Wrestling with Honey and the People's Nightmare is in the building. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, as well as a new segment that we are trying out, and I am very excited for it because I cannot wait to see the creativity in the room between these two people. But we will get into that later in the episode. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to automatically jump right in. And of course, we had Night of Champions this past weekend. Controversial wins, controversial reactions, great matches, but overall a good Night of Champions. I'm starting off with first Black Excellence, so I can get Deonne's little spill out the way that he was right. We're gonna go ahead and get that started now because of his picks. We know that's what you waiting on because you made your pick. It was right.
You were right, Deonne.
We're starting. Queen of the Ring. We have a official King of the Ring of 2025, and that is the Storm, Jade Cargill. She won in Saudi Arabia against the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and is now the Queen of the Ring and will go on to face Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam. So, question to you, Deonne, thoughts on the new Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill?
Hey, man. A lot of doubters, obviously, with her winning this one. What? Just saying. A lot of people doubted that she'd win this, but you got to think, man, like, I don't know if it really necessarily sort of hurt Asuka that much with losing this one. They want to elevate Jade a lot because we had this discussion before. She has it. When she can put it together in the ring, it's going to be something else with her. So I'm hoping with this sort of kicks her into gear as well, saying like, okay, the craft has to get better in the ring. I'm Queen of the Ring. I got my title shot coming. And it's about selling tickets, man. Butts and seats too. She's going to sell a lot if you put her on that poster. So I like the win for it because I want to see her progress more than what she has been. If that means she's in the ring a little bit more every week, that's going to be a good thing. But yeah, she's in line for it. And we know we're going to get like that story of Naomi too. So it's all leading to something involving Naomi. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That was really the reason I picked, because I wanted that Naomi interaction sooner rather than later.
All right. Honey, your thoughts on the new Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill?
First of all, despite what the pick was, as I said previously, both of those women deserve to be in that spot. Congratulations to Jade Cargill. Excuse me, to Jade Cargill. It was quite a moment. She looked great. The Storm outfit had me completely like sold into the look. Like she's really in her bag with bringing the Storm to WWE. To be crowned Queen of the Ring speaks a lot about her continued progression, because we know there's always more work to be done, and she has come very far since being signed to WWE. So definitely shout outs to her. Of course, thought it would have been Asuka. I really thought Asuka versus Roxanne would have taken the cake at some point, but nonetheless it was a great match, and Jade did what she had to do. She was the woman that came out on top, and now she has an opportunity to advance and go for gold. But I'm still, she should proceed that title with caution.
Yeah, I get it storyline wise. Is it what I wanted? No. I wanted Asuka to win. Am I mad that it happened? No.
No.
Yeah, I'm not mad that it happened. It was one of those, like, okay, whoever get it, I'm not upset if you're crowning it. But if you ask me like who I wanted it to be,
Yeah.
where I was at. I wanted Asuka to get it, so I can get Asuka versus Io. And that still may be a thing, as we discussed in the last time. Was having, Asuka and Io being in the match, and we still may get that anyway. So I'm just like, okay, I'm cool with it. I'm not tripping, but I'm gonna still give her the same flack that I give Jey Uso. You got to step it up in that ring, because having Asuka's shoulder up and you still got the 3, I'm like, okay, I guess we're another controversial win this year, except it's division this time. But I'm like, okay,
right.
If that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but like I said, I can't. Yeah, we're here. That's why I say congratulations to her. Oh shit, hold on. Fuck, I hit the wrong button.
Do you think if they just gave her like a powerhouse move set and like cut her matches down, that she'd be a bit more effective?
No,
to grow from that.
That's
how long was this match? Do we know how long?
I don't know. Boza in our comments, I know historically let us know how long this match was. It's really, again, she's not bad in the ring. It's just her ring IQ needs to increase. But again, I know too the fact that she was thrown into this and has been consistently thrown into the the wrestling ring as a wrestler for the last maybe 5 to 6 years. So, she didn't necessarily have the PC training that she needed to get to fully do that. She didn't have the NXT run to get a little bit better. So it's like, we are forced to do it like Jey Uso. We have to see it in real time. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to hit her with the John 5 moves of death where she can't wrestle. No, it's none of that. It's just like now, she's been in the fire. She's been holding it down character-wise, mic-wise, and everything like that. But in ring wise, it's the same thing like with Jey Uso, and it's just those little things that we need to make sure that you can get, like understanding where to throw people, knowing where your in ring presence is at. Like your style is there, but it can clearly show the fundamentals have not fully graduated just yet. So
yeah, it's like she's remembering dance moves. It's like 1, 2, 3 move, like it's that sort of thing, and it doesn't always go as planned in the ring. So.
A perfect example of that being that I used to be in that field of dance and choreography and such. There's a thing that people do if they're overthinking, like you could see them counting in their head. You know what I mean? And it's like, we want to not see the counting in your head. We want to just flow into it naturally. It's supposed to, just flow naturally and ease naturally into it. It's literally, pro wrestling is a dance. In the ring is literally a dance. There is movements and body language that is that has to do with just following cues and making sure that you're hitting stuff right and things like that. So it's just, we want to see you not thinking about that. Just let it flow, because she's got the goods. It's all there. She's just got to present it in the ring.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. But she won nonetheless, despite what the crowd was also feeling with Jade from Friday Night SmackDown entering into Night of Champions. I just want to get y'all quick thoughts on the response given to Jade Cargill winning Queen of the Ring. Deonne, let's start with you.
I mean, we do a lot of fantasy booking, right? Like we sort of figure we do a lot of. We're doing some tonight, and I get like there's certain things that you want. There's certain things or how ideas that you think work best, but I don't know, man. Like, can you build off of this in any way? Can you have a character change within that?
Well, I think she kind of showed like how to address, because again, I like that you're playing it very Cody Rhodes like and being political, but we know why she was booed, and I don't know why you acting like you don't know. But since you're not gonna rip the Band-Aid off, I will. We know why she was booed. We know why they were acting that way, and they did not act that way towards Asuka, but they acted that way towards her. But I think she addressed it the way she needed to. On camera when she was interviewed after the match, and how she needed to handle it. out of the match when she was walking into the back and they was booing her, and she told the Saudi Arabia crowd, "Boo your mama,
Boo your mama,
Well, your mom, yeah.
boo your mama."
So I think she's handling it well. I think she's handling it the way that she needs to. And I think she is in every right to act like that, because if you're going to act prejudiced, you're going to get what you deserve.
And you think she'll get the same reaction back here?
No, but we already know that. We know what it is when we go overseas in a particular group of people and how they act when it comes to going over there. I'm not going to say it's for every country. I'm not going to say it's for every city that they go in, but we know there are some of these ones that where they just, for some reason, I'm not even going to say for some reason, because my friend brought something up that's a part of IWC, and he said, I've noticed where the majority of these places that boo Black women aren't particularly high in population there. And so when you start to kind of think about it, they don't know who this is. They don't normally have people that they talk around that look like her or how to act when they're around her. So then the initial thing that they do is go to the opposite person and then decide that they want to cheer. And then, of course, the thing with you having to be this, you're not allowing to be unapologetically Black. Like we saw with Bianca Belair when she went up against Io and Rhea, and they instantly made her the heel because she didn't do the whole debutante, I'm going to give it my all, John Cena feel. But you still can't stop it because we're still making history. First Black woman to win Queen of the Ring. First Black woman in Naomi to win Money in the Bank, and then first Black woman in Bianca to win the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
So
all in 1 year.
Yeah, all in 1
Big
year.
Three still doing it.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
All right.
Be mad if you want to. Boo your mama. What she said.
I hope she make a shirt of that. I hope
she definitely
say boo your mama.
Definitely should.
Let's put it on the back. Add your logo on the front and then put it in the back. Boo your mama.
like imagine like her.
I'm down
like
for
this,
it.
and then like the light comes down and it changes, and on the screen in big ass letters it says "Boo your mama," and she does that. That'd be so great.
I'm finna be petty, because this don't feel right. That's better. That is better. Yeah.
What's
What
happening?
did you do?
You'll see. Oh, y'all can't see what I'm doing. Great. That's better.
Okay.
That's better. We know Pharaoh's always on top. So come on now. Just something went right. Something went right. Deonne, you know what box she's supposed to be in, and Honey know what box she's supposed to be in. Let's go.
Sometimes I am up there.
Yeah.
After
You
all,
said it before. Let me take where I'm going. You have been on camera claiming this box and said, "I like it. Hey, put me in mine again." So I didn't feel it. I was like, something's wrong.
It does feel a little bit right now. It does feel it does kind of feel right.
Right now it feels right.
Yeah.
Feels like where we're supposed to be. Because now when Deonne does his jabs, it always felt like it's coming from it's like, hey man, shoot these shots.
Tap dancing.
He doesn't fire down. He has perfect aim. That's what I'm like. This is
spraying the top, man.
Yeah, he's spraying from the top, man. Through the floorboards, just. But shout out to Jade Cargill on winning Queen in the Ring, and we will see exactly who she may be facing at SummerSlam. Comments, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Also, another King of the Ring was crowned. The opening match of Night of Champions, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. The legacy. Whoo! What a show!
It was
what a show. When you say 5-star match and you say you want to deliver, this is how you do it. This is how you open up a show. And they did not hold anything back. We got every little piece that we wanted. And then at the end, when the smoke was cleared, the American Nightmare was holding the crown and will be facing John Cena at SummerSlam. And he will be going to get his revenge and continue his story. Honey, your thoughts on the new King of the Ring?
Another match where either way it could have gone, and I wouldn't have been mad either way. Because both had the right to be there. You did have the potential, I believe it was you, Councilman, who mentioned it last week, where Randy could have gone back to Gunther and tried to, reclaim the title through him, which was a really cool twist. But we got Cody as King of the Ring, and I think that was obviously something that's pretty much destined, because obviously there's another story that's happening here, and he wants to get back to being in the title picture. And there's a lot in the way, though. There's so much in the way, because Cody does, with this King of the Ring win, does have an opportunity to go at John Cena for the title. And now that we know what happened after John Cena's match, there's still other angles that this can go. There's still a Money in the Bank briefcase floating around with a very determined Seth Rollins to pretty much help save the soul of this industry. Meanwhile, John Cena is out here ruining wrestling. At this point, we just need somebody who's going to help and save wrestling at this point. But is that going to be Cody? Can Cody do that? I mean, when you have still CM Punk running around chasing John Cena and maybe even Seth Rollins, especially because Seth Rollins screwed him once again, out of getting another opportunity.
Whoa, we get to that match, honey.
But yeah. Sorry.
We get there.
But you know what I mean? Like I said, like it's just like last week. You can't go into one without talking about the other. But congrats to Cody, though. It's just really, there's a lot of stories within one story.
Sure.
Yeah, and I found out with some clarity of it that the winner does have to do it as a part of. They will have to face a champion with the brand that they're on. So if Randy would have won, he would have had to face John Cena. And so I'm glad that Cody walked out as this, because of course this was a story we want, that we have to get, especially 6 months into the year, especially after WrestleMania. And like Deonne said, you want to put butts in seats. This is what you need to do, especially for the first 2-night SummerSlam. Right. You need to have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes yet again, so we see what the next 6 months is going to look like. But I wanted to throw mine out because we know we're going to save, the stand of the American Nightmare. Thoughts on Cody Rhodes becoming the new King of the Ring, Deonne?
Loved it, but I didn't think he'd get back this way. We're only in July. SummerSlam's right around the corner. And then we still got a few more months rest of the year. So does that mean he chases? It's hard not to look forward, right? Or just to look ahead. Mm-hmm. But just the match, the way that it was put together, there were some questionable things people thought Cody did, but Randy Orton's been Randy's been a questionable human being for decades now. Yeah. I told Emily this, I don't trust Randy Orton in any match he's ever been in. I just don't. There's something coming. There's a punt. He took the turnbuckle off.
And he thought about the punt. He thought about it.
Again, he's a Viper, right? But I don't know what this does for Randy Orton after it, but Cody winning this, you got your two-night SummerSlam. Cena, oh God, and then you got so many more implications after that, after the Cena match. But good win. SummerSlam's looking good. We still got a month?
Right? Yeah, a month. Pretty much a month.
A month. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Literally a month. Yeah. The second and the third.
I just didn't think he'd get it this way. I just didn't think he would get back on that path or that road.
You didn't?
Not with. I did. I thought it might have been more of an uphill battle to get back to it. Because this was not an easy course, but this was like a course that we saw was like, okay, that's how we get back. I was kind of hoping for something different to make that uphill climb a little tougher, but he still hasn't won it yet. So who knows? So Cody winning it, you needed it. Great hell of a match too.
Yeah.
It was such a good match.
Yeah, congrats to Cody Rhodes on becoming the new king of the ring, and we will see who will walk out as a WWE champion in SummerSlam when the American Nightmare takes on the never seen 17 John Cena. We also had this match: Mick Foley Jr. taking on Karrion Kross. Sammy being the fan favorite and the hometown hero, picking up the win against Karrion Kross, but did Sammy really win when it was all said and done? As we've seen on the IWC, as although he won this match, the praise and the attention went to Karrion Kross. A lot more than it did the actual victor. So, honey, let me start with you first on this particular match. How do you feel about the results, and what does this do? What does this do for Karrion Kross after this match has happened?
How do I personally feel about these results? Not a fan of the results. I think I was probably expecting a little bit more from the match. Yeah, I'm laughing at.
Not a fan of the results, and then just back in the darkness.
It was that, and it's something you did that triggered some stuff that had some trauma that happened to me with public speaking. That I ain't never forgot.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, it wasn't you. Like, my teacher used to always get on us about this shit. So every time I say I personally, you're not supposed to say that.
Because I is already
the same thing. So you're saying I twice. and she used to have this buzzer that every time we did it, she hit it. And I'm just like, So every time I hear it, it's like, you either go I or personally think.
It's like first annual.
Yeah.
No, but okay. So let me rephrase that. I think that I obviously was not happy with these results because this is not the result I wanted. However, in regards to the attention and where it went to, I guess regardless of the results, it was still a win-win. I mean, I guess, the whole plot of having Sammy being the one with heart and, constantly, fighting the good fight and all of this stuff. It's like, it's pretty much the hero, the heroic version of the anti-hero of Kevin Owens. He's always trying to do the right thing, but we know Cross's story, and Cross's story has always been to pretty much manipulate and show people their true colors. And he might have done that even with Sammy winning. And the attention did go to Cross in regards to whether he lost or not. Whether he lost or not. I think that's just neither here nor there. But Cross has just been doing a lot of good work lately. He's just been doing a lot of good work, and he's been really on his game and in his bag when it comes to these promos, even backstage, on socials. He's getting into everybody. I always say this about every other superstar, at least every other month now, because it seems like there's a new superstar every other month that's coming out and having their Drew McIntyre year. And we're on our way to that with Cross. It's just happening a little later in the year than it was supposed to, or at least I feel that way.
Yeah. Deonne, your thoughts on the outcome of this match, and what does this do for Karrion Kross moving forward?
Well, even though he wasn't the victor of it, it was an opportunity to see him in a high-profile match on a PLE card. And the fact that he did not disappoint should tell everybody, like in the back, they know who Karrion Kross is. They know how good he is. It's just giving an opportunity to showcase that. Mm-hmm. And with Sammy, like, hate him or love him, however you look at Sammy helped out on that. He's in a guy who's main event at WrestleMania. Like, he's in, like, this was an opportunity to be able to see Karrion Kross in that light. And if Karrion Kross came out smelling like roses on this one. And I'm anxious to see what moves the needle for him next, because I think as much as WWE changes or wrestling changes, there's still some old ways that stays the same. Let's throw him in the fryer and see what happens. and Karrion Kross being how good he is, how good he has been on the in the back on the microphone, he's equally as good as in the ring too. So a loss didn't hurt him, man. I know we wanted him to win, but like, hey, we got Karrion Kross on a PLE, like in a match. Like, how long has that been? Like, so no, he's in good hands now, man. I like the fact that Honey says his Drew McIntyre year. That's exactly what's happening. Drew killed it on socials. Drew killed it on interviews. Karrion Kross has been doing the same thing. And now you're just finally getting to see that opportunity of him in the ring doing it on a high level. So yeah, man, shout out to Sami Zayn for that match and even though Karrion Kross lost, giving Karrion the rub on that one too.
Shout out to Karrion Kross for having the number one selling t-shirt right now.
And that too.
Yeah.
That helps too.
There's that. Then there's that.
Yeah. I don't agree with neither one of y'all. This is one of the two matches where I thought they got it very much wrong. I think Karrion Kross should have won. We're
not disagreeing on that part.
I'm not disagreeing on that. I picked Kross.
I don't like it. I need to see Karrion Kross win. I need to see his message of what he does actually do something and not trickle down later. So it's because it's starting to get like that because he did it with AJ and then he lost to AJ. And then, AJ, kind of got put off of TV. Now it's happening the same thing with Sami. And so it's like, I need to see this pay off. I'm seeing it in the sides that y'all are saying, like, gotta have a match on Monday Night Raw. Got here on the PLE. But I don't want to keep seeing the thing of him doing all this great promo work just to lose. I need to see this start paying off and not it being like a way of everyone else letting him in. Like he got a match on Raw because AJ is hot, and that's what AJ wanted. Same thing from the champions. This is what Sami wanted. It's like, no, now what does Karrion want?
You're right.
That's what I want to see next. So if it's going for a title, or if it's even being in the next title picture of doing something, I need to see that from Kross. Because the personality there, the promos there, the shirt selling is there. Now we need to see Karrion's message start actually having an impact outside of us seeing the side stuff that we're just kind of bringing out. And I thought it could have been a little bit more story for Sami, but of course maybe they have something different and set up for him, especially with, everything going on with SummerSlam and then Clash at Paris. So, but I need to see him win matches. So I'm hoping this is the last we see of him dealing with Sami, and then let us get him a exhibition match on next Monday, just with someone else showing him displaying his power and then giving us a new perspective of what he's going after, whether it be the IC title or whether it be the World Heavyweight title. Me more the World Heavyweight title and saying, yo, I don't care what happens. Seth Rollins looking for it, Gunther there, Goldberg, whatever. Karrion Kross in 6.
You need a focus, is what you're saying. Like you need a mission. What is your mission? What's your mission statement, Karrion?
What's your mission statement? All right. We know the faction didn't work. We know that you are good at changing. You getting your Mephisto on, for those that know. But now I want to see the person. I want to see the person on display that we all know and are ready to see. And that's a winning Karrion Kross. That's the one that you're now saying, okay, hey, this is the guy we're going to start pushing up to strap the rocket on.
Right. Please.
Sami's letting him go. AJ's letting him go over. Let's start finally pushing into Karrion Kross and seeing if this guy's either going to deliver or if it's not going to work. But I don't need to see him keep losing after he set up such great work storyline. So. And then again, I don't have nothing bad for Sami. Again, I think the story could have done wonders for him to continue it. But if they have something else for him, by all means, because I'm liking the more aggressive side of Sami Zayn, as I've been asking to see. So, but nonetheless, great match between the two of them, and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with both of these superstars as we move into the future. And then we had our Saudi Arabia street fight, or just a street fight, between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. And this match, of course, if you've seen it on the Black and Gold brand before, when these women have gone at it, they did not disappoint. The only thing that disappointed was that Rhea won this match. That's my take. I'm going first. I wasn't asking y'all for. I'm talking first on this one. This was the second match of Night of Champions where this should have went somewhere else, and it did not hurt Rhea to let Raquel go over.
And we talked about it. I think we all may have picked Raquel.
I picked Raquel
because we saw this as an opportunity for her to actually like move up, like be in that upper echelon of women. And we all said a street fight loss wouldn't hurt Rhea. I'm not gonna say it's not a real wrestling match, but it's not like a sanctioned wrestling match. You know what I mean?
It's a side quest match. Yeah,
you could easily take the L on that one, but I hate that we always come down to like the business of things. But it's Rhea's your golden goose, man. She's it. It's very similar like Cena when he kept winning so much. We kind of got a little bit mad at that, right? Not mad, but like we kind of got a little tired of that.
Yeah.
But we want to see her with like some adversity, if that's even possible.
And it's
because you've made her a juggernaut so much that seeing her lose it would be refreshing. But seeing her lose, you're like, wait a minute, she lost. Like it would have been one of those reactions. But I don't know, man. Like we push so much for these wrestlers to get like their opportunity, right? Like when Rhea was in tag team matches before Judgment Day, and was like, what is she doing? She's not in the title picture before that. She loses the pandemic WrestleMania to Charlotte, right? Like it's stuff where we see that growth of a character happen, and then that character gets to like peak God level character, which is, let's be honest, she's been there for like a year.
More than that. It's been 4 years.
How do you so how do you rewrite that to like soften her? What's her kryptonite, man?
You start putting people over like Raquel. Raquel would have been your perfect stance of being able to have a rivalry for the next 3 to 4 months and showing other people come. It's the tide raising all ships. But you're still making Rhea seem like she's unbeatable, except for to one person. And we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But it's too predictable now. And that's the issue. It's just like, yeah, Rhea's gonna win. Yeah, and then you have Roxanne come out, does nothing. And it's like, yo, why does she keep getting over on the Judgment Day? And it's like, I get it. So now it's like you're setting up stories for cheap pops, and I don't like that.
And it would be such a good story if she's the only one like left. Damien's over on SmackDown. Mm-hmm. So the fact that like Judgment Day is her old group is destroying her matches, like making her lose, beating her up in the back. That's the adversity I think we're looking for.
Yeah,
because we're like how do you?
You're Superman. It's like, yo, like, where's her kryptonite? Yeah, and y'all not giving it to us. Yeah,
man, I understand that, but it would have been a perfect opportunity for Raquel to get this dub, man. Opportunity.
It would have made more sense,
especially in this match. So, but of course, they gave it to Rhea, and again, this is when I get on these tangents. This is nothing to do with Rhea Ripley, but more to the creative side of WWE. If you're talking about you want to build more superstars, you want to build a better women's division that can match with NXT, these are the types where it's like, hey, we have everything in hand to still make Rhea look strong and Raquel get this win. But for it to be a street fight and you still win clean, okay. Then now it's like, okay, so what does this do for Raquel?
Mm-hmm.
Just puts her back where she was. Nothing happened. It was just it
doesn't make us go, you know what? Let's see her in the world title picture a few months down the line when the Royal Rumble comes up. No, it still keeps Rhea where she's at.
Because Raquel looks like a superstar when she walks down that aisle too, man. We talk about it. She's had it for a long time, and now we're finally seeing it again. And she doesn't get this dub. So yeah, it's a little disheartening at times, man.
Yeah. So, but congrats to Mommy, I guess. But more congrats to Raquel and Roxanne being able to showcase themselves here on Night of Champions. An incredible street fight. Like I said, I love seeing these two in the ring, which I think too just kind of gets me a little more frustrated because I want to see them in more matches. I love seeing these two in the ring with one another, and it's like y'all are canceling it out so quickly to get to other stuff that no one's asking for.
And it be the ones that have like the best chemistry too. Because we know the real history between Raquel and Rhea. They're actually really good friends. So like the better the chemistry you have with the person, it would just make it equally better. But
yeah,
I don't know.
It is what it is. So we move to the main event. John Cena, CM Punk. Crazy match.
A lot going on.
A lot happening. Just your initial thoughts. I know we say a lot to talk about, but just your initial thoughts overall on John Cena and CM Punk one last time. Deonne, let me start with you.
Okay, I see Bose's comment. It was an overbooked mess. I said there was a lot that happened. There was a lot. But everything that happened made me think about what's to come after this. Because you got Seth Rollins, who John Cena was very adamantly believed that he would not cash in on him. He said in the promo. But now we see Seth in there. Seth is just, hey, whatever. If CM Punk wants it, Seth wants to take it from him or make sure he doesn't get it. That's Seth's all his motivation. So there's more storylines within it. It was just to see those two in the ring again after so long in a one-on-one match just felt right, man. It felt like, CM Punk, where you been all these years, man? Like, what we could have been doing if you wouldn't have left and went home and then went to AEW? We could have been cooking with this rivalry like Randy and Cena.
With gas.
Like it would be great. But seeing Cena in this match too,
yes.
You had missed a beat of mine. He said he lost a step. I didn't see it. He still picked up Bronson Reed. Bronson with the greatest of ease, it felt like. He struggled just for, shits and giggles, I feel like.
The dude's up 400 pounds, and this guy.
Hey, no. He struggled just to sell it. John Cena come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like the dude, again, still 50, almost 50, picking up 400 pounds. I'm like, I'd love to see any of y'all that's complaining do that at 50.
Dude, for real. Like, he still got it, man. But no, I liked the match. I liked all the chicanery at the end of it because it makes me think of like, what can happen next week? What can happen at SummerSlam? We got 2 nights of SummerSlam. What? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I liked it. The promos leading up to it. If you told me this was going to be his last run, just him and Punk the rest of the year, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that because they killed it on the mic leading up to this, and then obviously in the ring, they have that chemistry too still. So I loved it.
Yeah. I enjoyed the match. I don't think it was an overbooked mess like Boza says. I think it just shows you the importance of this storyline for John Cena being, unseen 17 and the target that he has on his back. Like, that's what it is. This is the bullseye. Everybody wants to go after the GOAT. Everybody wants to take out the GOAT and take that title from him because that, in a way, if you're able to do that, then you are the next face of this next generation. You are the person that everybody's going to look at as you're the guy. And so that's what everybody wants. That's what everybody's clamoring for, and that's what they're going for. The only thing that was an overbooked mess was because what the fuck were you doing, Penta? My guy.
Hey, man. Hey. We watched it, and I was like, I'm not mad about that. You got to get the step. You got to get the walk in, man.
No, you don't. No. See, it's people like you. No.
Same with Jeff Hardy. You got to get that. You got to get all that.
The real question is, does Cena need the help, though?
At that
it
time,
wasn't about his help. It was about getting the rest of them and getting his lick on there, which is why I was surprised LA Knight didn't come out again, too, like we saw on Monday Night Raw. But my thing is, the Jeff Hardy thing, you could still be coming down the ramp doing this.
Hasn't Jeff stopped and got pyro? Like I feel like Jeff.
Well, Jeff is Jeff, but this is Night of Champions, and in your case, you're supposed to be running to this defense, and you're hitting like your music went on far too long to say you're out here, which is why you're getting spit roasted right now on the internet. Because
man. No, Pence is just that guy, man. He gotta do it.
He's a smooth operator.
He didn't do it.
Do that on a ramp that's a little smaller, like Monday Night Raw, where you can hit that, then make your sprint down. Or if you gonna do that, have Bronson Reed chase you up there a little bit further while he's running up, you hitting it with this. I'm gonna get this walk in before I super kick your ass. But it was like
he said, "You're gonna get all this swag before I run in there."
Be like, they just did 4 tsunamis on this man, and you still up there at the ramp.
Hey, man,
were you here to help him, or did they just tell you come out?
You know, I often wonder about that because it happened with Jeff Hardy, right? Like, do they just tell him like, "Hey, run out," or do it's like, "Hey, do your entrance"? Because everything is meticulously planned now.
But again, Jeff's be making more sense. Jeff still comes. He comes down the ring and is still doing this while he's moving down the ring.
He has stopped at the top of that ramp before.
Show me. I don't believe you. Show me a run in when it happened. Otherwise, I don't believe it. Honey, did you give your thoughts on the match?
No, I did not, but I'd be happy to. Yes. I actually did enjoy this match. It was nice to see the old dogs go at it, as Deonne said. You know, it was just like what I felt like Robin Williams and Jumanji. What year is it? Like, and not for nothing, CM Punk. Kudos to you because you genuinely look happy to be there where you are right now, and you look a lot healthier than you did in previous years.
He does. He looks in great shape.
And Cena just continues to be Cena, and it's just awesome. So it was a great match. I was very touched by the handshake prior. Obviously, you know, we got that look again, that evil John Cena look that obviously he's not done with ruining wrestling, and that's exactly what he did. But it was a fantastic match with storytelling involved. And as I had said earlier, and almost ruined, but with Seth Rollins yet again being the one who ruined this for CM Punk, I think is just continuing to pretty much let us know that love story isn't over, as well as it creates so many questions for SummerSlam, as Deonne said. Like, I'm so curious as to where and what direction we are going with all of these big guys like Cena, CM Punk, Cody, Randy. Like, where are we? What Gunther, Jey Uso? What's the direction we're going in? Because it's the biggest party of the summer, and we're getting down to the wire, man. It's pretty crazy. And then Cena, I don't know how Cena has how many dates left.
Don't make us liars.
What, under 20? I guess at this point. Like under 20.
Hear what he said. Don't make us liars. I don't know.
The last time he had mentioned it, I believe he said 27 out loud or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of dates to end out the year. Like the week to weeks and the PLEs that he has too. Like, right. I don't know. When they told us the dates that he was having, I'm not to throw us off too much, Will. I was super happy looking back now, this heel run happened, because where would Cena be in this point doing the same thing? It'll be like the same come out, smile, you know, never give up sort of deal, and maybe lose. You know, it'll be like, I don't know. So I'm happy we got this run now in hindsight, looking back at it, because it gave him a lot more to do to finish up his last year.
Yeah.
But he's here to ruin wrestling. We have one, like I said, one ruining wrestling, one
finish chilling.
Yeah, finish up.
Sorry.
First thought.
No, sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was looking around like,
because there's still the shit. See him up.
Yeah.
Finish eating that.
I'm so sorry. No, but seeing where Cena has come with the dates so far. What is
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all
Before
gonna
you
make
take
me
another
forget
bite,
what I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say. Y'all gonna make me forget what I was gonna say. Y'all just did. I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Well, congratulations to John Cena and CM Punk for giving a great match at Night of Champions, and shout out to whatever snack Honey is snacking on because now she got us hungry. Because it looked good, whatever she was eating. It looks fantastic. Yeah, you know. So here's my thing about John Cena. But we're gonna push on to Monday Night Raw and a couple of these other segments a little bit quickly so we can get into our segment for tonight. Not a lot happened on Raw. Just gonna throw that out there, in my opinion. Not a lot happened. Seth Rollins came out, the World Heavyweight Champion came out. Good to see that Seth Rollins is keeping the pressure on both champions of which he will on whether he'll cash in on either one of them. But we love to see that segment on there. One thing we did get to see and know, and just so glad that all of the rumors that were happening. Another appearance from El Grande.
Man, he's back.
He's back. Man. Okay. People were under the impression that he was injured because
he's lean. No, isn't he, man?
Huh?
He's got a little leaner since
right. Since you know what I'm saying? He's kind of toned down. He's standing up straight a little bit more now. You know what I'm saying? And still speed champion. It's just really glad he is continuing to grace our presence here on Monday Night Raw and wherever it is El Grande Americano chooses to show up and make wrestling great again. Man, gotta love it. I don't know what that means, but okay, special or nobody's. Honey, your thoughts on the return of El Grande Americano on screen?
I have no thoughts.
I know it just leaves you speechless.
It leaves you speechless, and we understand it. Leaves you speechless with El Grande Americano, man. So,
what are we doing?
What you mean?
What are we doing here, guys?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Clearly, that's not the same man.
How so?
How can you say that?
I could have remembered him being a lot shorter.
First of all, that is camera angles. Okay, when they were filming him, they were filming him at a downward angle. An upward angle to make him look smaller to the other people. You don't be called El Grande America. El Grande is big. You should know that. Of all people, so why would he be small?
I think all of them. Remember how he was?
That's a very stern accusation, Courtney.
The hatred, man. The hatred.
Ludwig.
Right, that's Ludwig. What?
No way.
Yeah. Well, then that's Mercedes Moné in disguise as timeless Tony Storm, since we're just throwing out crazy accusations. We don't have to defend ourselves, Neon. It's glad to see El Grande.
I know who I see and I know who he is. So
exactly. And shout out to him. But the big thing that we saw was we have new tag champions. Finn Balor, JD McDonough defeating the New Day and getting the tag team titles into the Judgment Day fold. Not only that, but we got to see an incredible picture as we have now figured out what's going on with the women's tag team titles. And my client is a champion once again. And once again, the Judgment Day is holding all the gold, each member holding a championship title. And I just want to get y'all thoughts on this because we at some point thought Judgment Day might have been gearing to its end.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that it's in its, I want to say, 4th chapter now of this faction. It's kind of giving us Bloodline a little bit as far as how long it has been here. Not as saying towards our tribal chief.
They running Monday night.
As a faction.
They're running Monday night still.
Yes. So, Deonne, we're gonna let her sip her drink.
Throw it over here.
It seems like she got some haterade in that cup, and she is just drinking that
over here.
The way in. Your thoughts on the new tag team champions and Judgment Day holding all the gold? Does this Does this revitalize hope for you in the Judgment Day, or do you feel like maybe they've gotten it wrong?
For sure. Hell of a match with New Day too. For a Monday night, that felt like a pay-per-view level match. Hopefully New Day can get another shot at it. As long as Xavier is still dressing like Silky Johnson out here, I'm all for it, man. I am all for it. But no, great match. I think you're right, Will. It's like fourth chapter here, and they got all the gold again, except for the main title, obviously, but they're all dripping. And I didn't think we'd get to this point with them again.
Right.
Things are on the up and up. I mean, they got titles, they got a PlayStation back in the back now. So everything's good for the Judgment Day.
Yep.
I think if we go in long term, we still got Liv on the way back too. So that's even more of a chapter for the Judgment Day when she gets back.
Live on her way back where?
Well, when she gets ready when she's back in the fold, she wants her title, which it's gonna be fun to see. Or she wants to infiltrate, get back in that position with the Judgment Day. But I think this is great, man. I didn't see it coming for the Judgment Day. Once Dirty Dom got his title, Batman threw someone up against a wall out.
That's what it sounded like.
Against a car.
I'm like, what rocket did y'all just let off?
But no, I think it's gonna be they're on top now, but as time goes on, we'll see it fall again, and Liv's gonna have a lot to do with it, I feel like. So shout out to Judgment Day, man. Once you think you're done, they're done. They come right back.
Yep. Honey, your thoughts on what took place Monday Night Raw?
The inevitability of Judgment Day breaking up is just about as much of the same inevitability as freaking Fraxium breaking up. It's never going to happen in this case if they're going at this rate. They all have gold now. Finn out here being messy and petty. The nerve of you to put this picture up and literally tag Liv Morgan and say, "We miss you, Liv."
I don't understand the problem. Like, why can't he miss his?
I didn't say it's a problem. I'm just saying it's petty.
You said it's petty. How's it petty?
Roxanne Perez is right in the middle, holding Liv's title that she can't hold right now due to injury.
She's keeping it in the Judgment Day, though.
That's the goal, right? It's always to keep it in the Judgment Day,
right?
That's the goal.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the Judgment Day according to Liv, but I mean, and then Raquel's loyalty is just gone to shit.
Wow, the wild accusations being thrown right now. First of all, everyone voted about having her in the Judgment Day. You know what I'm saying?
I can't be the only one with these kinds of statements and questions. Like, it just makes you wonder, like, what is going on here?
I mean, I didn't hear questions. I have just been hearing the negative comments and hate on the Judgment Day right now, and calling Finn petty for keeping the titles in the Judgment Day, for keeping Raquel a champion, for putting the Prodigy under his wing and putting her under one of the hottest factions while Liv is still gone, helping steer a ship.
Now, I didn't say that necessarily he was being petty by keeping the titles on the Judgment. He's being petty with what he put on the post and putting this picture, knowing Liv is not or was not okay with Roxanne being around in the clubhouse in the first place.
So has she ever stated that though? Because Di, correct me if I'm wrong, did she ever say she didn't want Roxanne at the clubhouse?
She didn't say it. Her actions her actions to a degree would one would imply that she don't want her here.
What's that
But she
thing they
never
say
said it.
about actions?
I mean, I'm saying everybody's a little hesitant to things that are new, are they not? You know what I'm saying? Like, she cares about her people. She's not going to just let everybody in all willy-nilly like that. Like, would you just let anybody in your house, honey, and come play with your precious dog? Wouldn't you be a little hesitant as well until they're able to show and prove themselves? And has my client not done that since she has arrived on Monday Night Raw?
Petty spaghetti.
You see, this is our problem.
Look at even his hand gesture. Look, he's just like, look at where your title is. Look at what we're doing. We're like, you're done.
So we can't give out hand gestures of showing like, hey, all our team got the gold.
I don't think that's.
You know what?
I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out.
And all I'm still noticing is just a guy happy for his group that everybody's a champion.
And if you notice, the only one who really looks miserable here is Raquel.
Okay, first of all, she just don't have good camera timing, is what that is. That's all that is. And they picked a bad photo because there's another photo that's going around where she actually is smiling. But of course, everybody wants to be petty and want to use the photo where she wasn't ready. Because who has their shades down like that to take a photo? Nobody. Your shades aren't down. You just proved my point. Nope, you just proved my point. It wasn't until I said it, then you did it. You see, it's an unnatural thing because she wasn't trying to do that. That's what it is. See, it's always something when it comes to my client, and then it's always something when it's coming to this judgment day. But y'all not gonna reign on the parade of the judgment day. Okay?
Not trying to rain on no parade. We're just making some.
You making accusations, false accusations.
Once you think they're done, they're not.
It's just more so pointing out the obvious. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? You tell the story how you remember it, and I'll tell it how it was. Congratulations to all the members of the Judgment Day holding the gold. My client, once again, the champion. All my clients champions at this point. Shout out to all of them. And then again, I just want to give flowers to the New Day. Sure. Also, too, I hope that this does not stop the steam of them being heels. I hope that they give that chase as heels even more as far as the New Day comes. But we're going to get into that on another episode because I have a question that I want to talk about when it does come to the New Day and if their heel run was done right or have they dropped the ball on it. But we're going to talk about it another time because we got to keep it pushing. We have learned some new matches that are happening at Evolution. Karen Ripley will be taking on Io Sky for the World Heavyweight Championship again for a fourth time in 4 months. And for some reason, Io claims she wanted this. Don't believe that for a second, but okay. If we get this, hopefully we'll get Io and Asuka at SummerSlam. Again, to Deonne's point, understanding that you got to fill seats. So I get why it's done, and a title got to get put on the line. So here we are. We also have learned that my client, newly a women's tag team champion, will have to put it on the line against 3 other tag teams. One from SmackDown, one from Raw, and apparently one from NXT. And I could have thought of a great tag team to be put in this match, but that tag team ain't here no more. So there's that, but we shall see how that unfolds as we are only 2 weeks away from Evolution. So hopefully we will find out who's going to get put in this match within the upcoming week on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. We also know that a Battle Royale will be a part of Evolution, and the stakes could not be higher as the winner of this Battle Royale will receive a women's title shot at Clash in Paris. And a lot of people are looking forward to seeing who will be in this, and we know one of them will be La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, as she has put herself in the Battle Royal at Evolution. We're also not going to move a little bit into it's very wild. Moving into NXT as well. We know that We also have the NXT title that is going to be put on the line. Jacy Jayne versus Jordan Grace at Evolution. I think this is one of the first times that second time, that the NXT Women's Championship has been defended outside of the NXT PLE and onto the actual main roster's PLE. And I think it's just a good look, especially having a PC girl and Jacy Jayne taking on the juggernaut of Jordan Grace. We also learned that the Great American Bash is cooking up the same week as Evolution Saturday Night Main Event. What a great way to kick off the festivities with a tag match. Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe taking on Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley. Already know that this is going to be a banger of a match, and this will be Blake Monroe's debut match going into this.
The women are killing it.
It's the coming out party
that week, man. Like, my God, like they're gonna get every woman on that Evolution card with that battle royal. I don't know how many people. Do we know yet?
No. That's been confirmed how many people in the battle royal.
They're gonna. Oh boy,
it's gonna be something insane, and we never know who might come out of the Hall of Fame or the Legends deals and step in the battle royal as well. But we also know that the NXT North American Championship will be defended by Sol Ruca against Izzy Dane.
It's about to be good.
Nice rivalry that has been cooking up with Tatum Paxley in the middle of this friendship battle. We'll see exactly who walks out as a North American champion. Will Sol Ruca remain the champ, or will Izzy Dane step into the limelight as the North American champion? We also have found out that the TNA contract signing will be happening at the Great American Bash. As we now know, it is a triple threat match at TNA Slammiversary. Trick Williams will defend his title against Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. And that contract signing will be happening at the Great American Bash. And we know after a grueling match between Jasper Troy and Yoshi for the number one contendership against Oba, Yoshi came out on top and will be going up against the ruler, Oba Femi, for the NXT title at Great American Bash. Now, as far as Great American Bash is concerned, which match are you looking forward to the most? Deonne, let's start with you.
My goodness, man. I mean, anything with Sol Ruca in, I'm down. But I will also say, seeing Blake Monroe's first match is gonna be a big thing to see. Especially with AEW still going up against at the same time, I think, or whatever, same day. So I think butts would be in seats to see that. But for me, yeah, Sol Ruca in anything, man. Like I'm booking her to win every single. We'll talk about booking Rhea. If I book Sol Ruca, I'm booking her to win every.
Hey man, always glad to see a black queen doing her thing. Always.
She's killing it, man. She's super athletic. She's good in ring. Like, her matches are fun to watch. I think that's where I'm at. Like, yes, wrestling's technical, I get it, but I just like having a good time with the moves that she does, and it's fun to watch.
Indeed. Honey, which match are you looking forward to at the Great American Bash?
I definitely have to second the notion that anything Sol Ruca is, and I am all for it. And also going up against Izzy Dane, who's definitely going to be a rising star going forward. I think that's going to make for a great one-on-one between these two, and it could kick off a rivalry that could cook in the future as well when we see these two in their prime. However, I am looking forward to the Battle Royal, or excuse me, no, that's the Evolution. Excuse me, not the Battle Royal. No, I'm looking forward to the women's match as well with Blake Monroe's debut. Not sure where they're gonna go with this story, because it seems that being that they decided to go in a different direction with Jacy Jayne and everything like that. Not sure if this still is like in a pivot mode, or if this is like a transitional mode, but she's clinging on to that title and not really having to do much with it. But I kind of like to see somebody come out on top to win it all the way, with somebody who actually will carry the brand going forward. I mean, Jacy Jayne has done her thing, but I think there's other things that she can do as well. But I'm looking forward to anything the women that are doing, because they just keep killing it every week. There's just always something new with them going on. There's always a new rivalry. There's just always a cat fight. There's just always constant women's wrestling, and yeah, keep it coming.
Yes, indeed. I am, of course, looking forward to the ruler, and Yoshi. It is going to be an incredible match. That is the one that I'm looking forward to the most. We will see what else also transpires as far as matches being added as we get closer to the Great American Bash. We know that Ricky Saints will be having to go up against a gauntlet match to see if he will be able to get another title shot for the North American champion at Ethan Page. Hopefully, we will see that also as the Great American Bash. Never nervous about my client, sir. My client is going to make Yoshi, just like he's done, like everybody, fall from grace and remain the NXT champion. Now we're moving into SmackDown. And before we move into SmackDown, none of y'all put spoilers in the comments, okay? We know that they filmed it Monday, so everybody can be off for the 4th of July. Please, no spoilers in the comments. If you do, you going on timeout.
And not for nothing, the chat did really well last week for the watch along because it was on early. SmackDown was on early last week, and there was not one spoiler. So I think I have faith in this chat, and I think they'll do fine because they know we don't like spoilers here.
Yes. So we know that we are going to find out the fallout of what happened now that we have the new Temu bloodline revitalized again. So we're going to find out the downfall as Solo Sikoa is the new U.S. champion and dethroning the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. We will also hear from the King of the Ring, Cody Rhodes, on SmackDown, as well as the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill, will both be in the building for SmackDown, and as well Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion, will be deciding who she will face at Evolution. Now I'm going to ask, and let's hope we get this right this time between the two of you. What one thing are you looking forward to? Because when I said Great American Bash, which match? And y'all gave 3 matches that you're looking forward to.
I came back to the one that I want. I came back to the main one.
Yeah, stop loopholing this. What I want to see is this, but what I really like is to know, what one thing are you looking forward to?
I mean, where we go with where does King Cody go after this? We know he goes to Cena, but let's hear him talk because we haven't heard him talk in a while. I feel like man stood there one night. You know you want to.
I can't agree with that.
You want to.
I don't never mind hearing the Cody promo.
He's gonna come out just holding the crown, like cuff.
That'd be hilarious if he holds it like a title.
Holding it like the title. Oh my God!
King Lawler used to come out with it. Cuffed, that's how he's coming out with it, not wearing it.
If he do that, just to walk in cup like that,
dude, that's a cool crown, man. I do it. Like that's a good.
I would wear it. Like and shout out to both of them actually putting it on
right
when they won. Shout out to them.
Looking forward to this. He's got a lot to say as we get to SummerSlam. So.
Honey, what are you looking forward to out of the previews that we have for SmackDown?
Well, I guess I'm looking forward to, the aftermath of, what's going on with this new bloodline story, being that there's been a new addition and a return. I can't wait to see what happens going forward with Jacob. Who's going to help Jacob? Where does he go from here? And Solo being the United States champion, finally having gold around his waist, it's kind of a big deal. So I would be worried if I was anybody that's in the way of this bloodline. And also Zelina rematch. Thank you. Thank you, Nick Aldis.
Do what you want to do, man.
Well, technically it ain't on the card, but y'all gonna quit.
It ain't, but I'm just, putting it out there.
I'm gonna get y'all on these loopholes. We don't stop these loopholes.
I'm just manifesting, some.
It didn't need to be manifested in the first place because it shouldn't have happened. But that's just me, though. That's just my opinion.
There's that. But, there's that.
I think she should not have been a transitional champion. But we trying to stay on track. We're not trying to get sidelined too much. But since y'all did some sidelines, I'm gonna throw out one thing. My stuff for War Games is coming true. It's coming true.
You see,
But what I said.
Yes.
It's normally 5 people
Yes.
6 people who missing out of this picture. Who missing?
Yeah.
And then who the last person missing?
Are we really gonna? We're gonna
Final boss. And then we get our tribal chief, Jacob, the Usos,
And Zilla.
and Sammy.
Sammy
Gotta get the band back together one more time.
again, man. One more again.
The War Games? Come on, bro. But we're gonna talk more about that because we know because again we saw the official poster for Survivor Series and the tribal chief is on that poster.
He is, yeah.
So we know he will be present.
He ain't gonna be
He's
there.
coming back, yo.
He ain't gonna be there.
I'm most looking forward to is Jade Cargill. I hope she say "Booyah Mama" again. That's what I want to say.
Hey, we could have a catchphrase here, man.
That's what I'm gonna say to Cody if he tries to talk.
Well, you better get ready, but he ain't gonna hear you. Nobody will hear you.
Right.
No one can hear you scream.
And the only reason why I didn't bring this up, I just don't know why they throwing the spoiler. I already know who got picked. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't want it to be spoiled on here, so I'm gonna keep it pushing so nobody's tempted. But all I know is it is a great setup for Evolution, and I am looking forward to SmackDown airing tomorrow and seeing the look on Honey's face when who comes out. And of course, you're not going to miss that emotional reaction as well for Honey Night SmackDown over there on Women's Wrestling Talk. So make sure that you stay tuned tomorrow, airing at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so you can see all of the emotions and reactions of
Evolution is going to be wild. Evolution.
The build-up's about to be crazy for this. The build-up's about to be nuts for this. They better bring it. And I think they're gonna.
That's must see, man. It was before, but now you got a fleshed out card.
This Evolution is gonna have the potential to force WWE to be like, yo, we making this permanent every year, and y'all need to stop playing. Give the women their one. We're not asking for much. Just give us a whole pay-per-view, man. And they've been killing it all year.
And they gave us 5. They gave us 5 things. So that's what I look forward to. We got 5 matches already. If you can fill it out with that triple threat match, we good.
Man.
We good. Yeah. So I want to move into our final segment, which is something I'm trying out, which I think is going to be hilarious to me and stressful to my other 2 hosts. So, with the WWE Writers Room coming out on Netflix, I decided to create a game. I want to play a little game. And this is the Kayfabe Writers Room. Now, when I originally brought this out, I had said that we were going to, of course, be in the writers' room. This is the Kayfabe writers' room, and we were going to come up with who we wanted to see get the pushes that we think that deserve from the women's roster to the women's roster. Mm-hmm. I scrapped all that, and I made it a competition. Yes, I decided to make it a competition instead. So I will be your host for tonight, and the 2 who will be competing in this will be Honey and Deonne. And the way this game is going to go is very simple. I have 3 to 4 topics, just based off of time, 3 to 4 topics that I am going to put out as far as who you are going to give a push for in these particular topics. Now, you will have 1 minute to get your notes together, get your stuff set on what you need to be able to present your case as to why this person should get this push. Once that minute is up, you will have 1.5 minutes to present your case to myself, to your opposing player, and to the audience. And now the thing that you want to make sure that you focus on is of course, the superstar selection, giving us a brief storyline interview, some booking structure, and what is the end result as to why you're picking this person. And you want to try to get that within 1.5 minutes. Both of you will present. Neither one of you can interrupt each other on this elevator pitch, okay? But you will have time to ask 1 to 3 questions to your opposing player just to get a little bit more clarity on why you're pushing this person. Once both have gone within the topic, the audience will give their opinion on who gave the better pitch and which superstar should be pushed. And the person with the most votes will win that topic, earn 5 points. Whoever has the most points at the end of these topics will be declared the winner of the writer's room. And we will keep doing it, or this will go horribly and y'all will argue, which again is still hilarious to me. And this will still make for a great episode nonetheless. So,
Please got to get a pen and some notes here.
we're still going to start. So that also includes within your minute. Right, because I know you got your pen and paper.
No,
and I know she does.
I'm just saying, like, come prepared, man. Like, this.
You know what's crazy? So when I used to do like all the production for like All Def, every girl had a pen and pad ready when we did games, and dudes never were prepared. It is hilarious seeing the complete opposite.
You know, it's funny. It's usually always right here next to my desk, but I had brought it in my work bag and I forgot that I left it in there. So normally I would be prepared, but
you worked today.
No, I was not.
And that is hilarious. So the first topic, as we are in the writer's room. So I am triple W, the 3 W's World Wide Web. Didn't have nothing else for it. So our first topic, we're talking about the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, with everything that's going on and happening, as we're moving into SummerSlam is completed. I want you to give me, who do you think should be getting the next push to be the World Heavyweight Champion? I'm going to give you a minute to get your notes together and deliberate. Your time starts now.
A minute.
I wouldn't talk to us if I was you. I would study. And now, while that is going on, while our two contestants are doing that, let us know in the comments, who do you think should get a push for the World Heavyweight Championship? What superstar do you think would benefit being the World Heavyweight Champion and would do a great job representing as the World Heavyweight Champion? Appreciate that, Gas Mask. I do too. I hope that I do have someone that's going to throw some burgers and hot dogs on the grill, because it certainly won't be me doing it tomorrow. Yes, Jeopardy thing. He's at it again. This is for the men's, just to clarify. This is for the men's World Heavyweight title. We will have one for the women as we continue to do this show. Okay, your minute.
Oh God, that was quick.
It's a minute. It is a minute. So, since Honey did not come prepared, she's going to go first and didn't have her notepad. Now, Honey, you will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to give your elevator pitch on who you think should be pushed for the World Heavyweight title and why. Now, as I said, you will not be disturbed. No one will interrupt you. You have a full minute and 30 to give out your reason. After it's done, Deonne, if you have any questions, please limit them to 1 to 3 questions if you need some clarity on it. If not, we will proceed to your elevator pitch, then we'll move on to see who will be the winner. Honey, are you ready to present your pitch?
Yes.
All right. And just a reminder, within your pitch, you want to make sure, of course, the superstar selection, give us a little of, as far as storyline overview that you have for him, the booking structure, and what is the end goal or result of the storyline. All right. Honey, are you ready?
I am ready as can be.
Your time starts now.
Given the next person for a push for the World Heavyweight Championship, I think there's nobody who's more deserving than someone of the stature of LA Knight. He definitely has immense crowd support, constantly delivering really well done promos, very polished, seasoned veteran in itself, from indies up onto the main roster. He has a lot of current rivalries that can literally push him into the main event top tier status and get him to the title picture. Constant charisma and connection with the audience that could really make his main event run pretty damn epic. In regards to booking structure, I'm not quite sure, but I would just pretty much just strap the rocket on him. It's knowingly what he deserves, and it's something that we've been asking for. So I would give the fans that as well. And yeah, the end result would be for him to be a world heavyweight champion and to have a pretty solid run and not a 63-day reign.
All right, you still got 20 seconds. Do you want to give back your time?
I think I'm okay with my time.
All righty. That was her pitch. Deonne, do you have any questions as far as the person who she has presented to give the push?
Yeah, one question. Where would you book his crowning to happen?
I would book his crowning either somewhere like the Royal Rumble or even Mania.
Okay.
Was that the only question, or
that was all I had? That's all. Yeah, that's all I had.
All righty. So, Deonne, we're now going to move into your elevator pitch on who you wish to push. And once again, no one will disturb you. Honey, you will have a chance to ask questions for clarification after his time is done. Now, remember also, too, in the comments, for the people who are watching this, when you start getting ready to vote, keep in mind that you want to put this in as fast as you can. And then you want to do it based off of the presentation you were given, not just because of how you feel, based off of what you heard in the writer's room, which superstar was given the best presentation to get the push as world heavyweight champion. Deonne, are you ready?
I am. My heart's beating really quickly, man. Hold on.
That's called adrenaline in your soul.
I want to play a game.
The adrenaline in my soul.
All
Good
right,
one, honey. Good one.
Are you ready? That was a good one. You ready, sir?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, your minute and a half starts now.
Completely agree with what Honey said, or who Honey picked. LA Knight was my choice as well. The name of my storyline is always a bridesmaid. That's what he's been since he's been pretty much on the main roster. If this happens after SummerSlam, the way I booked it, I got the title being vacant. Gunther gets suspended for attacking an official, stuff like that. We go into Survivor Series. We have Deadly Games. I'm bringing that back from 98. Deadly Games tournament at Survivor Series. Last match, LA Knight goes through the tournament. Last match, AJ Styles versus LA Knight. But before then, I have somebody mysteriously taking out Adam Pearce. So Nick Aldis is now the GM of both shows. So we get to that Deadly Games match. AJ Styles versus LA Knight. We get a ref bump. Nick Aldis comes down, throws another ref, tries to get the count, pulls the ref out. Nick Aldis just turned heel. They got run-ins from NWA and TNA, so there's ties there. And after that, that's when Seth Rollins and his goons come out. Seth Rollins ends up winning that title at Survivor Series. We move on to the rest of it. I'm bringing back Armageddon 2. I got the book, right? I'm bringing back Armageddon. It's the only way LA Knight can get to Seth Rollins is he goes through his two goons, man. So who's
All right, honey,
I needed more bullet points.
Hey, that's why you got a minute and 30 elevator pitch. Damn. Honey, do you have any questions as far as clarification goes on Deonne's choice?
Did you say who would be? Did you get to who?
I said
who would be the first feud for a newly crowned LA Knight?
Not the first feud. I was getting him the journey to that.
Okay.
So my pitch was to get that journey to him, enough obstacles in his way to get to that next level and to get to his crowning achievement, which I didn't get to.
Okay. What? I have one more question.
Hmm?
For like not that he really needs character development or improvement, but in order for LA Knight's championship reign to be meaningful and you're giving him this storyline, like what else is it what else is it that he would need? What do you think the LA Knight would need to add to be seen as a more consistent main event champion? Like new moves, a more edge, more flashier performances.
Now, people made it with far less, and LA Knight has a lot in his toolkit, especially for his size and his age and stuff like that too. So he's as about as polished as you can get right now of a person who you could insert into a title match, into a title run right now. So I don't think we question him on any of that, any of his promos changing, because he has that, any of his in-ring stuff. If he wants to dirty it up here and there, sure. But man, I hate I didn't get to I only got to December.
Yo, both of y'all have given y'all pitches, and so since you did select the same person, this will now be dependent on who gave the better pitch for this person.
Damn.
So we have asked in the comments who delivered the better pitch for this topic. Please let us know in the comments. Was it Deonne or was it Honey? So far we have Sage G saying I say Honey because her pitch was quick and concise.
Yeah.
We also have Deonne because I like the structure. We have the Honey Pot Gang for Gas Mask. Jay Henry going with they both did great. I'm giving it a tie. So it is right now 3-2, 4-2 with Amanatu going. Let's see if we can get a few more people in. I know Boza can at least give his opinion on who gave the better pitch. Both of y'all.
I would love to finish mine one day.
Don't worry, Deonne. You'll finish your story.
It was so good. It was a good story.
All right, Deonne did good. So we have Honey, Deonne, Honey, Deonne. So right now it's 5-4. Cynthia, who gave the better pitch? All right, man. It looks like
I feel like there's a bias here. You can't give context to your pick. It's cool though. It's cool.
Sitting here, dog.
Even though Honey had no story whatsoever. So,
but it was quick and concise.
I could have did the same thing.
It was quick and concise, but if I'm being honest between the two, the one thing I would say that I didn't get to hear the full thing, but if I'm in the writer's room, this is writer room Pharaoh. You telling me he deserves it doesn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at it from a stance of marketing strategy and brands and stuff, you were on point with some of the things from personality wise and where he's been, but it was starting to go down to when we're getting into the deserving part. It's like, okay, everyone deserves to have a title shot.
Yeah.
Champion. And then for Deonne's point, it was great, but I think you got a little too focused on giving us a full out storyline than just giving us the meat and potatoes of it. Like, give us the points, major. You were talking about bringing back PLEs for this, and it was, as much as that's cool, I don't necessarily agree in investing in bringing back a whole PLE for LA Knight.
Bring back Armageddon. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so you start to kind of get like we're
tying in so well with the match that he was gonna have there, but okay, yeah,
it does. But then
we got to it.
Yeah, but then too, now it's going okay. Now where I'm thinking of if we're bringing Armageddon back, what else do we build around this? And now you're starting to take away from the pitch of making LA Knight World Heavyweight Champion, and you're structuring out the next set of WWE storylines for everyone. So that's why it goes now back to what they were saying about Honey being more concise. She stayed more focused on the person. Again, she was more a little bit personal with it in the deserving part, but she stuck to the consistency of just him. You were thinking of the big picture, which again is great, especially in a writer's room, but we're focusing on who is the next person for World Heavyweight Champion.
I'm just seeing Deonne in a writer's room on a typewriter looking like the Kermit GIF. Just
Oh, that's what you should see my notes on what I typed and then what I wrote down. I was trying to make it quicker, but I was like, I don't want.
But that's why I like doing this,
I don't
because
want
I
to
have
leave that
another
out.
but that's why I like doing this, because I have another show called Pharaoh's Vault where we do this for movies and stuff like that. And you're basically,
I like this. This was cool.
yeah, and it helps you with your pitches for other things. So like even for like you, Deonne, and for Honey, like when you're going, pitch out the Wrestling with Honey YouTube channel, or you're pitching out All-Star Fandom, you know how to get concise with it and go, okay, here's my bullet points in under a minute and 30 seconds, where you know everything that I'm trying to do and gets you to want to continue the conversation later.
Mm-hmm.
Screw myself. Oh, I could have got it.
So it's just something to keep in mind. So Honey won that round. She gets the 5 points. And LA Knight is the person that both of them chose to become the next world heavyweight champion. So now our next one that we're going to move into is the women. Now, of course, with Evolution coming up, I thought it was only right for us to ask, who is the next woman to get the big push? And when I say the big push, the Rhea Ripley effect. Who is the next woman that should get the Rhea Ripley push? I mean, the championships, the headlines, the brand deals, everything. Even the hate that we be giving.
Damn, oh shit.
Who is the next woman that we should strap the rocket to? I'm going to give you 1 minute to get your notes together, and then we will start this off. And then let us know in the comments below. Let us know in the comments. How are you feeling about this game? Do you like it? Is this something you'd like to see more of? Is this something you'd like to see turn into a spinoff and have its own show? So that way it's a little bit longer and a little bit more extended with different guests as well. MDB, you and this Spanish Rachel. Okay. You and this Spanish Rachel. And now remember, as you're creating this, think about certain storylines you would like to have with this person. What's the end goal for this character as putting the rocket to them? How long is the rocket going to be put on them? How long is this run going to be and needed for this person? These are just some things to remember when you're giving your elevator pitch. And I hope y'all remember that, because your 1 minute is up. And with Deonne shaking his head, it's stressing him out right now. Honey, since you won the first round, you have choice of who goes first in this second. Shall it be you or shall it be Deonne?
Go ahead, Deonne.
Well, Deonne, she has selected for you to go first in this. So
I didn't get far.
Deonne, are you ready to present your elevator pitch?
How much time I got to get?
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. Sure, why not?
All right, let's do it. Your time starts now.
The next female I feel like needs to get that next push, or that Rhea Ripley level push. She's been in the game for a long time. She can do everything from a serious match to even comedy, or even like a comical match. Chelsea Green is my pick to get that next big push. She's already been the United States champion. We've already seen her carry a title or establish a title. Now it's her time to move up to the next level. So the next best person in that rivalry that she can sort of work with, that's similar almost, is Tiffany Stratton. I got her just pretty much taking the belt off of her. The way we get to there is Chelsea obviously uses her secret service, something like that. Yeah, use her group to pretty much be like the J&J security for Seth Rollins. That's a storyline that we'll sort of rehash a bit, but giving her a lengthy run with that title too, because her in-ring is great. Her mic skills are great. I don't want to get into too much of deserving, But I think if there's one person that's on that roster, on that list that you see, she can do it all. And that's someone you sort of need to carry that title as well. But her and Tiffany Stratton could have a series of 3 matches, and that will be, boy, people will eat off of that for Chelsea Green. Yeah, Chelsea Green's my next woman up for the next push.
All right, and only had 3 seconds left in his time. Your time is officially up. Honey, do you have any questions for him as far as clarification goes?
Shit.
No.
What I went for.
All right, no clarification needed. So, honey, we will now move into your pitch. Are you ready?
Yes.
All righty. Honey, your time starts now.
Just when you thought you were feeling the glow before, I feel like it should be pushed even further with Naomi, our current women's Money in the Bank holder. I think she definitely can do a really cool calculated betrayal yet again, the same way she did the first time. Since we're here with Jaden, the Queen of the Ring, I feel like the story pretty much writes itself. If Jade's on her way to Tiffany Stratton, we're heading into SummerSlam hot and heavy with these two. So I would definitely book Naomi's cash in to be finite, and she would cash in when Jade gets handed the title that very moment. Therefore, Naomi pulling off the Damian Priest on Drew McIntyre on Jade Cargill. I feel like that there's just something cool about Naomi being this heel and being this version of herself, and I feel like her being able to just stop Jade at a most vulnerable moment for her, where she's about to get something she's worked so hard to achieve. Naomi just then takes it away from her and just becomes this ultimate heel that definitely skyrockets her even further into superstardom, and probably being one of the greatest women's heels going forward in the women's evolution in history. So I think that story pretty much writes itself. My choice is Naomi.
All righty. And with only just a few seconds left to spare. Deonne, any follow-up questions that you would like to give to Honey?
What would be if she didn't have the Money in the Bank briefcase?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously her path would be different, but could you have bullet points on like how you would do it without the accessibility of that briefcase?
I think it would be just more so about just keep with Naomi's constant need for revenge, or constant need to harm those who she feel wronged her. I feel like she would just keep going back into digging into the big 3 even more. Maybe pulling something like where she injures Bianca, or like beats Bianca to a bloody pulp, to the point where Jade has to literally intervene of some sort. Something personal. It has to be something personal. Like the same way Jade tried to take out Naomi when Elimination Chamber happened, it was personal because she got taken out on the truck, which was personal. So I think it just needs to be that bloodthirsty rivalry that never ends with those two, because they make it so good. But yeah.
All right. Any other questions, Deonne?
So in this case, because I like that a lot better. In this case, does the briefcase sort of handicap her when it comes to having that major push or run?
I
Because
wouldn't
that story
say
you just told me there, I could get down on that with that one more than the easy lead with the briefcase.
I wouldn't say it harms her either way, only because this is a different Naomi, and she's telling you that she's coming at you. It's not like she's telling you, that she's going to do it behind your back. She's literally coming at you and telling you to proceed with caution. If not, she's going to run amok. So I don't think it hurts her either way or handicaps her. No.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to go to the audience. Audience, based off of the presentations that you have been given, which superstar are you choosing? Is it Chelsea Green or is it Naomi? Based off of the presentations you were given, which superstar is getting the push? Naomi
This
or
is stressful, man.
You're stressed. I'm literally like not thinking about it at all. It's actually fun.
This is stressful.
To be fair, you had all day to prepare for this.
Not well, technically. Then
You could have
work,
thought.
work, drive home.
Right now, we got Chelsea.
Raising a person.
Sometimes these things got to be on the fly too.
Well,
You
hey,
never
look,
know this.
and it seems to be working because we got Chelsea Green, Deonne, Chelsea Green, Sendil, Chelsea.
Back in the game, baby.
Our first Naomi. That was 5-1 in this one. Let's see if we got someone else that can have it catch up. Oh, another. Well, you picked Chelsea Green already, MDB, but we appreciate you adding that. Right now it's 5-1 with Deonne in the lead. I'm gonna give you about 10 more seconds, audience, to give us some more votes. And then if not, Deonne will have taken this round. All right, 5 more seconds. All righty. Yep. So that was another one. That's 6 for Deonne.
On the board.
And then that's 2 right there. Yeah. So now we're going to say that Deonne has taken round 2 for this one. So now it is tied. And so we will go into our final topic. We had 4, but I'm just going to give 3 just because of time. And here is your final topic. Who are you choosing to headline the 2026 Hall of Fame? 2026 WrestleMania is in Vegas. Who is the headliner for this Hall of Fame? You have 1 minute to get your notes together to present who you pick for the 2026 headline Hall of Famer. And as always, those that are watching, if you'd like to jump in the comments and give us who do you think should headline the Hall of Fame. Amanatu throwing out a great one. Jacqueline as the headliner for the Hall of Fame. Not mad at that one whatsoever. Shockmaster.
Hey, man, that dude's still going to conventions.
He's already in, technically.
Hey, y'all focus. You got 30 seconds. Let's see. We have John Cena, Bray Wyatt. I would not mind Bray Wyatt going to the Hall of Fame right now. D'Lo Brown. Okay. It's not a bad pick. Spanish Reach. She's still wrestling right now. Sage. Now y'all just saying stuff. Now y'all just throwing people. Karen Ripley. She's still wrestling.
Y'all are so funny.
Ain't even been here 10 years yet. All right, time is up. Deonne, since you did take that last round, who do you want to go first?
I'm going to go first.
Oh, okay. You said I'm stepping up to the plate. So, Deonne, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Now, remember in giving this elevator pitch, this is the Hall of Fame. You can kind of, get rid of storylines and just giving more of the bullet points and reasons of why this person deserves to headline the Hall of Fame. Same thing towards you, honey. This would be those times of deserving. Your minute and a half starts now.
Without question, John Cena should headline the 2026 Hall of Fame. After going through his final year right now, 17-time champion, 20 plus years in the game, being the greatest of all time, finishing up his final year, put him in the Hall of Fame. That's how we sort of know it's done. Like, we won't be able to see him after this. Granted, he said he's done after this year, but having that stamp of John Cena as the Hall of Fame, this man is the Hall of Fame at that point. It's going to be tough to have more people go in with him, and he's the greatest of all time, or at least that's what they're saying. But it writes its story. It writes a great story for him because he finishes up his last year. He headlines the next year WrestleMania in the exact same place. And we never see John Cena in jorts and a hat again. I think it goes well with the story. And yeah, all the accomplishments that he has, you put him in right now. I don't think you wait. There's no point in waiting. And if we're getting people back to Las Vegas, let's put Cena back in. You get to see him one more time as just John Cena.
All right. You still got 15 seconds left. Do you want to give your time back?
Yeah, I got
All righty then. Any questions that you have for him, honey?
No.
All right. Then we'll go ahead and move over to you. Honey, are you ready to present your pitch?
I am.
All right. Your minute and a half starts now.
So I think that it's only right that this person gets inducted because they were originally supposed to be inducted back in 2020, but the induction was postponed. And for those of you who know, I think I would put him as a headliner in his own right. It would be the Animal Batista, multi-time world champion, Royal Rumble winner, major Hollywood star, monster crossover success. Um, 6-time world championship reigns, key role in evolution. Um, pretty much one of the biggest prospects coming out of OVW with that amazing class of that year of that time. I believe that he would definitely has definitely earned his stripes to be inducted. I think he would definitely be one of the names that would put asses in seats, and it would pretty much be one of the most anticipated because it's one that a lot of people have been asking for quite some time. So let's put the Animal Batista in the Hall of Fame already. Damn it!
You got 20 seconds. Would you like to give your time back, or would you like to keep going?
I'm good.
All righty then. They are straight and strict to the point. Deonne, any questions towards Honey as far as clarification goes?
No, that was my second pick too. So
it's funny because John Cena was my first pick.
Went both opposite. That is hilarious. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is up to you in the comments to let us know, based off of the pitches that you just heard, who will headline the 2026 Hall of Fame in the Kayfabe Writers Room. All right, so far we have 2 for Batista. MDB and Sage going with the Animal Batista. All right, so it's 2-0 right now.
Do we think the Rock will ever get into the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
I think he's gonna Triple H it. Like he's gonna wait.
That's what I think too.
Until it's like that time and people are just like, yo, it's time for you to get your flowers. I think once the entire I don't know why he family is more established and you have them with all kind of championships, that's when he'll say, okay, I'll give it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got 2 for Cena and we got 5 for Batista. MDB, you have already given yours. But I do agree The Rock needs it. I would love to see him inducted. Yeah, right now it is 5-2. Let's see.
That was a question I had for you, honey. I know we're done with it, but can I still ask a question?
Yeah.
Who's inducting Batista?
I mean, honestly, I would have all the members of Evolution induct him.
If it were me, Undertaker.
You think so?
I think the Undertaker. I think that was his greatest rivalry, was him and the Undertaker. If not Triple H, Undertaker.
Oh, I think I'm on the Triple H fence because that was his last match, and Triple H never beat him until that last match.
Jay Hendry, we can't have just Flair do it by himself because then we're gonna be here all night. We can't have that. Ray's a good one. Ray's a good one.
But I like
but Flair, we be there all night.
Yeah. But we've let it go by with everyone.
Way to go, honey.
Honey takes round 3 with a score of 6-3 in the votes. Batista being the headliner for the Hall of Fame in 2026. So she wins this topic, and at the end of 3 topic rounds, it is a score of 10-5, and Honey takes the inaugural Kayfabe Writers Room Challenge. So shout out to Honey. Congratulations to you. I don't have a sound for you except just
this is
congratulations to you. You are tonight's in this in our last segment for tonight's episode. And
Thanks,
I like
guys.
that a lot. I like
Appreciate it.
that a lot.
thank you, thank
This
you.
is fun. This is fun. I want to do this
Maybe-
again.
I would
Definitely
love
wanna
to
do
try
this
now,
again.
like not knowing. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'll be better not knowing and get out of my
Okay,
head.
yeah, we'll do that. I think we'll do that. Bring another person in.
My thing was, I think what makes that task a little challenging, but still a little easy, is that you don't have to try too hard, but it does make you think to the point where you have to think enough just to have some some facts straight. You know what I mean? Just to make you just got to be on your P's and Q's mostly. But the less you think about it, the better. Because I barely thought about doing that. I didn't even think I was going to win that. I thought that was going to be all you, Deonne, because I know you with the fantasy.
Hey, you give me a good 10-minute elevator ride, I got you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
You don't have that kind of time, and so you got to find that good common middle ground of like, okay, how do I blend in my passion for this person, facts, and time? Because I think that's just what really fucked Deonne's whole thing was like. You got a minute and a half. Whoa. Okay. Let me drop these 9 pages now.
It made it seem like it was like, Saturday Night Live, where you got to come up with these jokes and pitches at a certain time because there's a deadline and you got to see if yours going to make it to the show. Like that was pretty cool.
I appreciate that. So I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as an audience. I think that is something that we might spin off into a whole show itself. So then that way, we still get a chance to do trending topics more, which is why I kind of kept us on the rails a little bit, just because, we're also a little bit pressed for time because I have another live show coming up. But I think this is showing that this is something that we can do as a standalone show with other guests on here that would make for a great competition, even potential tag team episodes as well. So we appreciate each and every single one of y'all checking out this episode of the Kayfabe Podcast. Once again, make sure you like this video, comment on it as far as from the trending news with the Judgment Day holding all the gold, the matches that are set for Evolution, the Great American Bash, and of course, our new Writers Room Challenge. And then make sure that you subscribe to the channel so we can keep giving you such incredible content. So until next time, we will see you, the greatest trio on the internet right now. Enjoy the rest of your night, and also to have a great Independence Day if you're here in America. For those that are not, barbecue for us. Yeah, take the day off, barbecue, make yourself a burger, throw some ribs on the grill. For us, the trio, not Americans, this trio, because we're asking for it. So we will catch you next time. Peace.